Good afternoon, everybody. What can a finance person tell you about trends in fintech? It is like Lata Mangeshkar को यदि कोई गाना सिखाने के लिए कोई बुलाया जा रहा है. It is something like that. But I will just try to analyze the trends in the fintech from the other sides of the perspective, that how the other world views the fintech, how the other things are viewing, how the banks are, जो outside the boundary line के बाहर जो लोग बैठे हैं, how they are viewing the things together. So let us go and see how we can analyze the things from that perspective. Just to give you the background, since I run a financial consulting firm called Resurgent India Limited, where we act as an intermediary between the clients who is looking for funding and the banks and institutions which are giving them the funding. So based on those experience for another 10-12 years or so we decided ki why can't we enter into the fintech, because there were a lot of anomalies, a lot of other things that were coming it out. So one important thing which was coming out of this entire experience of working in Resurgent India was this, ki how can this, everybody is talking about this data is money, and since we are into this banking world, we understand that banks earn money in two ways. One is that they earn money by giving interest income, and other is the non-interest income, which is by charging some sort of commission or something like that. First trend in the fintech, which I think is that the time is not far away when we all will be chased for giving a loan. When banks will be offering you कि मैं आपको इतना पैसा दे रहा हूँ, आप हमसे लोन ले लीजिए, instead of asking you कि सर आप मेरे से लोन लीजिए and I will charge you the least rate of interest. The time is not far away when definitely banks will chase you all कि sir you please take loan from me and I will give you this much amount of interest or this much amount of incentive to take the loan from me. Understand, sir, India's largest bank, they might be carrying around 5 crores of account data with him. He exactly knows that in this PIN code, so many customers, they are eating Chinese, they are going to the Chinese restaurant every month, once in a month. Every bank or that bank also knows important thing, how much money you have spent in a mutual fund, what sort of status you are, whether you own a car, whether you own a residential housing or not. Plus, he also knows that how much of shopping that you have done on one of the e-commerce website also. So he has got that data with him. And thereafter, he will go and encash that data. He will go and tell that any of the new Chinese restaurant coming up in that area, he will say, hey, in case if you want that 50,000 customers to be traveled, if you want that 50,000 customers to be diverted to your restaurant, in first month itself, give me some sort of an incentive, like he might take 50% discount, he will take 10% with himself and 40% he will pass on to his own customers. That's how the entire banking world or this entire world is going to make money with. Whether it is the interest income or not the interest income, that's again, that would be a passage, that is going the time that is going to pass by. Few months before, when I was in California attending one of the event, the most interesting thing as the MC, they definitely praise whoever the speaker is. So there was a Levi's CEO was supposed to come and speak on that event. So Levi's CFO came. So as the MC world is, they praised him for 2-3 minutes. Levi's, which is the headquarters there in California, they praised him for 2-3 minutes. Levi's CFO came in the dais and he told that I am an IT company which manufactures jeans. So this is how he introduced himself, and he told that why he's saying so. Well, sir, we are developing an app like in which, sir, there will be all like 10 to 5 you have to attend an office, so you have to be at a very, very decent office attire. So in that app, you can definitely decide which color code that you want of that dress app and everything. As you change the color in that app, your dress code color will be changed. At 6 o'clock, you have to meet your girlfriend or anybody that you want to meet, and you want to have some funky outfit there. So when you have that funky outfit, you will just change the design and the color into that app, and definitely you are fit and ready to meet your girlfriend there. And in the night you want to go back home, so you don't want to see as this type of a brat boy in front of your parents, so you want to behave as a decent guy. So definitely you want a change in the color in your dressing, so that changes can also come in there. Again, it doesn't stop there. He also told that we are also trying and experimenting something like that. You want to stay in a 24-degree temperature. You just choose that temperature into that apparel app, and into that app. That apparel itself will try and make you feel into that temperature itself. So this is how that everything will be an IT. What business you do over and above that, that would be there. So what the trend that I can foresee is that ki whatever is e-commerce, commerce would be there, thereafter it will be e. Anything, any commercial activity, whatever that you are doing, that would be there. Can I have that PPT running? So I have just highlighted 4 or 5 trend analysis, whatever that I foresee, that some highlights, like Times of India highlights, which is there. Can I have my PPT running, please? Only the headlines. Again, given this amount of thing, any bank, any email ID that you will feel that any of the banks, they have reduced the home loan by 25 basis point. There will be carpet bombing of 5 lakh emails the next day that home loan has been reduced. Bhai, you know exactly whether I have recently purchased a house, I have recently owned a home loan there. So customization is definitely the king. In our MBA days, we used to learn everything ki sir, economies of scale. We would have learned everything ki sir, jitna bada hote jayenge, we have got economies of scale. Whether that economies of scale theory is still valid or not in this customization era, that's where we need to think and thought about it, that how we can have customization, including in this economies of scale. Insurance, like we are working in a banking sector, there are many bankers I could also see here. In all the rating agencies, there is a risk premium which is associated, like if it is a A-rated account, if it is a BBB rated account, if it is a AAA rated account, it is MCLR plus spread which is getting decided. That risk premium. Again, that risk premium is all the clients which are falling under that A category client, everybody will have that spread which is there. Now, if you talk in that insurance premium, in this insurance premium, they will talk to you about your age, about your gender, about what job profile you are in, what sort of work you are doing. And it doesn't even stop there. I was surprised to know that color of the red color car insurance premium is 3 to 5% costlier than a white color car, because red color car tend to have far more accidental, it is far more accidental prone, red color car, because people might look at you and they might bang on the car. So there is a high probability of a red color car having more crashes. So that is how the insurance and the data analytics, it means they will ask you 10-15 questions, or they will ask you numerous questions, and then they will specify and tell you what sort of premium you need to pay. So no average. Earlier what you used to do, this much of loss making which is there, all these statistics, all this analysis, it is all based on average, it is all based on median, it is all based on any sort of average setting mechanism, sir. Whether this averagization, average world, whether it will still remain or not, that's where the question is. Whether it is individual specific at this point of time, again that individual might change, that balance sheet might change every month. So my premium, my rate of interest will go on changing month on month, or it might change at every point of time. So insurance premium, ROI calculation, everything, it would be customized. It will not be, it would not be taken as an average that you are in that age bracket, you are in that rating agency, you are into that rate group. That won't be there. So the work that is going to be done, that how you can do in terms of individualization with a mass approach. So times is not far away when definitely you will have a chassis of Maruti, you will have the body of Honda City, and you might choose that seat of any other car which is whatever is there. So you might pick and choose the car design, and the car will be delivered to you next day. So that type of thing which is going to come up. This is about KYC, sir. KYC, what we all understand this KYC. I think so it is called kill your customer, sir. Because why the kill of customers, sir? They will ask you so many questions before even entering, and not even entering, even when you transact the account with your own money also, they will ask you so many questions at any point of time that it is going to be called as kill your customer, sir. So KYC is not limited to your ITR, to your Aadhaar, to your all the KYCs that we all understand. KYC also understand, ki, sir, whether what age profile I am, what income group I am, whether I am in that income tax category, how much of mutual fund investment I have, whether I am married or not, whether I require a car loan or not, whether I own a car or not, whether, so this is all KYCs are. KYCs are not limited to income tax return or my Aadhaar or my driving license. So what we are talking about, it is not kill your customer. KYC is basically that you how better you can start understanding the insights of your customers, sir. That's where the KYC has going to be there. Data is money. DLP, I suppose there are a lot many people who will understand this, that digital lending platform. What is now happening? Every bank has got approximately around 26 to 30 of their products, which is individualized. And they have started making journey based on this individualized DLP. So it means if you want to have a home loan, you have a DLP for one home loan. DLP for one home loan means the customer will check in that into that app itself, and he will walk out with a sanction letter in that DLP itself. That's what DLP defines it. So customer onboarding to sanction letter, it is DLP. Now in the DLP, at the present moment, there is a little advancement. So we have started making product-wise DLP. I think so the time has come, because same customer might require 5 products, or there can be, it can be input specific DLP, or it has to be a customer centric DLP. It can't be a product specific DLP, because same customer might require a car loan. If he has taken a home loan, he has to pass through the entire journey again. So how that customer, which is an one individual, has one data profile, he has got varied requirements. How can we customize, how can we create that type of an ecosystem so that this DLP can be also taken? Again, I don't think at the present moment we have been born, brought up, we have seen everything. Sir, customer has to go and tell to a banker ki, sir, I require a loan. Why can't there can be a reverse way around? When the banker itself knows ki, sir, I might require a 20,000 crore of loan maybe tomorrow. Can there be a situation that can arise instead of banking, instead of the customer going and asking ki, sir, I would require a loan, thereafter the entire process start? That process should stop. It should come and tell ki, sir, banker should go and say ki, sir, boss, I think so. Or you definitely require a loan tomorrow at 10 o'clock. Believe me, आप आज ही ले सकते हैं तो ले लीजिए, नहीं तो कल सुबह 10 बजे तो आपको लोन लेना ही पड़ेगा, sir. So this is where the proactive anticipation and personalized pre-approved loan is not. It is not a carpet bombing pre-approved loan where you approve a 50,000 rupees loan based on his past data and you just carpet bomb with all the common platform, with all the common BRs running, sir. Sir, this is not going to work out. Yeah. 100% fintech is given. How much manual is the question now? I tell you, 100% fintech is given, 100% automation is given. How much manual is the question? Where you want to stop the process, where you want to have your checks and balances. Yes, sir, vendor onboarding process, I would require to have at least one physical visit of the vendor. You require the process there, but it is all depending upon the customer requirement. It is all depending upon the SOPs that you prepare. Automation तो पूरे process का end to end. कितनी बार रोकना है, कब रोकना है और किस स्टेज पे रोकना है, ये आपको डिसाइड करना. तो इट मीन्स कितना मैनुअल होना, ओनली दिस इज द क्वेश्चन राइट नाउ दैट एवरी पर्सन हैज टू फेस. क्वेश्चन इज नॉट ऑफ ऑटोमेशन, क्वेश्चन इज नाउ इट इज ऑफ मैनुअल इंटरवेंशन. Again, black swan events and everything. Do you not understand that how these black swan events impact the financial world? Like suppose we are into all the banks evaluate all the loan giving process कि सर किसको 15 साल का लोन देना है, किसी को 10 साल का लोन देना. Bank has to decide what should be the tenure of the loan. I just give you some of the data point to understand how difficult it is for a banking sector to understand that what should be the tenure of the loan and how the long-term tenure loan has become so difficult. In 90s, all the top 10 commodities, whether it is iron ore prices, whether it is zinc prices, whether it is aluminum prices, they used to take approximately 8 to 10 years of time frame to hit the high and the low price, low माने आयरन ओर की प्राइसेस टू हिट द हाई एंड द लो दे यूज्ड टू टेक एटलीस्ट 10 years of life. Then this 10 years got reduced to 7 years, then it got reduced to 3 years. Last year, 8 out of top 10 commodity prices fluctuated by 70%. Imagine you have to give a loan to some party where there is a profit margin of only 5% in that, and 85% of that component or 85% of that COP, cost of production, which is the raw material cost, which is fluctuating by another 70% in a year. And as a client or as a banker, you have to assess the loan for another 15 years. You don't even know what is going to happen in the next quarter, and you are asking them to give a loan for 15 years. I'm not even talking about the technologically advanced thing where I was, last 2 years before, I was in a social function of some marriage of some senior banker, and all the senior bankers were present. I just asked them casually कि सर आज यदि बिल गेट्स या स्टीव जॉब्स आपसे लोन मांगता तो आप लोन देते क्या? I'm not talking about 2007. I'm not talking about 1998. Today, if Bill Gates and Steve Jobs would have asked you a loan, whether are you in a position to give him a loan or not? Invariably, sir, all the top bankers of the country were present in that dinner meeting. Everybody said no. Today also, this tech components की बात में नहीं कर रहा कि उसको तो लोन नहीं मिल सकता है सर. But I am talking about the traditional businesses, where also this raw material component prices, because of all this advancement that we are seeing it is 70% up and down within 1 year, 8 out of top 10 commodities. How this financial viability and how we are going to spend into that. So getting ready for the black swan events means that we also need to get ready that every day something else or the other will happen. How this entire financing world is going to move from short term, everything from long term has moved to short term duration in life. So how this long term asset would be created, how more ports would be created, how more roads would be created, how much more infrastructure would be created, where definitely you would require a long term loan. So definitely a new approach, a new thought process, where every day the lender and the borrower will sit maybe within a quarter, and then they will understand how this quarter would behave, how much loan he is going to repay in this quarter itself. So again, we all talk about Amazon, we all talk about that it is an e-commerce thing, but we all understand that how this e-commerce function or this, what is that e-commerce? What Amazon is going to do, that Amazon is going to see that it will create a marketplace, and whichever is the highest selling commodity or the profit making commodity, Amazon will have his own SPV where they will start manufacturing that. So that's where they make money with. So ultimately, who is the customer owner? He is the business owner, sir. Business owner, so it means reach, delivery and product will no longer be differentiator. Please understand. Reach, हमारी 50 दुकानें हैं, I am present all over the world, I am omnipresent, whether that reach, delivery and product, whether these three things are differentiator or not, you have to understand. But whether you own the customer or not, that's only the important. It is only the customer experience which is going to take into account. We have learnt in our school days, in our MBA days, while learning in the business, that customer is the king. I think so. Now customer is no longer the king. Customer is the dictator now. Now this is so important that 31st March financials, sir, 765 days depend only on 1 day financials as a finance person. उस दिन it balance sheet always says it is balance sheet as on particular date. My rating agency, my bank's appraisal process, my financial ranking, everything depends upon how I performed my balance sheet on that single day, how my business performed, and my last year and my coming 1 year is depending upon on that 1 day performance. I think so this is going to have a sea change where we are going to have a dynamic rating, like a stock market में जैसे रोज प्राइस ऊपर नीचे होता रहता है, you will have everything, bank statement, GST, everything linked to the rating agency, and you will have the rating agency coming every day up and down. Reliance might have a rating of something of triple A one day, he might have a double A one day, he might again come back to triple A the third day. So you never know that. So that's how it is. Rating cannot be static. The financials, it cannot be static. It is changing every day. So how can the financial implication of that has to be also changed every day? Data will be ubiquitous, sir. I 100% tell you, sir. Every platform we are saying till the time all the IT companies, all the fintech companies, we have so many fintech companies, we have so many competitors, we have so many collaborators, sir. Just because all the datas are not talking to each other at the present moment. I suppose the time is not far away when each and every data will start talking to each other. They will start collaborating. I'm just 1 minute more. I will just wrap it up. I will not take more. I will not get into more experiences. So all these data points and everything, they will all become one. All the platform, all the data points are going to become one. So let's be prepared how we can embrace this changing world. And I think so we are in this right changing world, because in fact if we don't change, every day how much we can change, how much we can spot the change, and how much we can just collaborate, and how not even, we are not here for competition to that change, because you can't compete with that change. We are here to collaborate, and we are see that how we can embrace the change to the best of our advantage. Thank you so much. I will not take into more of the time. Thank you so much, friends. Thank you.